Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about another episode of SpongeBob, one of my favorite shows. In this episode, SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward get lost. Squidward tries to join their club and says some hurtful things. They get thrown from a tree, land in a forest. They're lost. We're all pretty familiar with this episode. But this episode raises some serious questions about a higher power. They have this little conch shell, and the shell, you pull a string, ask it a question, and it tells you what to do. SpongeBob and Patrick are sold out on this thing, and they are doing whatever it says to the T. They ask if they should move at all to get saved from the forest. The shell says no. They just sit there waiting for something to happen. While Squidward is like, you guys are nuts. He does not believe in the shell at all. So he's running around through the forest trying to find help. He thinks he's the only one who's still got his mind in control. He thinks that SpongeBob and Patrick are insane. He goes running off in the forest. Long story short, he comes back. SpongeBob and Patrick are still following what the shell says. And magically, out of the sky, food and supplies, a fire, a tent, all just falls down from the sky. And SpongeBob and Patrick are thanking the shell for all this sweet stuff. Squidward still doesn't believe. But it raises the question of, is there a higher power that is working behind the scenes? Is it all just coincidence?
In the middle of nowhere, with SpongeBob and Patrick. Oh, why does every 11 minutes of my life be filled with misery? Why?
Oh, cheer up, Squid. It could be worse.
Yeah, you could be bald and have a big nose.
Well, this is the end.
No, it's not, Squidward.
It's not.
Come on, guys, we're gonna be fine. As long as we stick together. Remember, we're what? And besides, we have this.
What's that?
Oh, the magic conch shell. I see something.
Magic conch shell? Will I ever get married?
Maybe someday.
Oh,
You've got to be kidding! That is just a stupid toy! How can it possibly cost?
Squidward, we must never question the wisdom of the magic conch. The club always takes advice before we do anything.
the shell knows all.
Oh, magic conch shell, what do we need to do to get out of the kelp forest?
Nothing.
The shell has spoken.
Nothing. We can't just sit here and do nothing. How can we do anything advice from a toy? No, I don't need your... I'm gonna find my way back to Saturday. Why don't you two sad clowns come crying to me when your circus tent comes crashing down? I'm here. I'm lost. Oh, I'm hopelessly lost. I'll never get out of here. I'm free. Hey, that's my kind there's no way out of here. How's it going over there, Club Shell for Brains? I get hungry. I wonder what's on the menu for Club Squidward now. That's not very fun, Bob. You haven't eaten today. How about you, Patrick? A big boy gotta eat. Wait, and do you know why, SpongeBob? Because your club president is a shell. If you had this to eat, you had food, shelter, and a dog. Fine. Instead, you listen to a talking clam. That tells you nothing. Because if the answer to all your problems will fall right out of the sky. Fall right out of the sky. Dude, we're falling right out of the sky. We got something on.
Where's the magic conch?
That's sure a lot of food you got there.
It's a gift from the magic conch.
So, welcome back, guys. Thanks for watching that clip. It just kind of showed what we were talking about. And now, we're going to discuss kind of our viewpoints on what it was saying. Now that we've kind of said it, I'm going to go the route of Patrick and SpongeBob. I'm going to defend their views of divine command and that there is a higher power and that he gives this higher power has divine, is kind of godly, and has commands for us, and we have to follow them to the T. Otherwise, we won't survive, and we won't get food, and no matter what we do, as long as we follow what they say, and even if they're just weird things like just sit there and do nothing forever, he'll take care of us, kind of thing. So, what are you gonna do, Nathan?
And Squidward does not believe in divine command theory. SpongeBob and Patrick are all for it. They're believing it. They're doing what it says. Squidward does not. He thinks they're lunatics. He thinks they're crazy. I mean, why would a shell know what to do when you're lost in a forest? I mean, this seems a little fantastical to me, and I think it did the same way to Squidward. Squidward was lost in a forest, and his friends were asking a shell how to get out, or if they should get out, if they should even stay, if it was a good thing to be there. I don't know. To me, that seems kind of irrational, unlogical.
I would have to say that this video is saying that it's irrational or illogical, but sometimes that's the way it is. I mean, if this higher power is testing you to see if you'll follow it, even when it seems to be irrational, may be the situation. I mean, look at what happened after that. They did something irrational and followed this irrational command, and they got food and supplies, and they even got help later on. They were found, and meanwhile, Squidward, he's barely surviving and going like a crazy madman. So, I mean, maybe doing the rational thing isn't the right thing to do, and doing and following the higher power is the right.
Well, I think in Squidward's mind, the real question was more of, why should I trust the shell? You know, why would I trust in something I can't see? Do we have any evidence of why you should? In his mind, I'd say there's a lot of evidence why you shouldn't. If you can't see something, if you can't understand why it does that, why the shell knows what to do,
It's more of, I think you should see what the consequences are. So the choice was whether or not to follow it, and if you choose to, and it actually turns out to be true, then the consequences is you get all this food, you survive. But if they're wrong, you're in no better position than you were before. And if you're right, then you're really still wrong, because there's nothing to help you other than yourself. So, I mean, no matter what, both endings, like the worst, only one decision has a better outcome, I think, because you still have a, something to fall upon. I may get this good that comes out of it.
All right, Magic Conch, what do we do now?
Nothing.
Magic Conch!
All hail the Magic Conch!